Have you ever wondered why your legs do not feel as steady as they used to? You are not falling, but standing for a long time makes you tired. There is no clear pain, but in the morning, your steps feel wobbly, like you are off balance. And then there is your memory. It is no longer as sharp as it once was. You feel tired for no reason, mentally sluggish, and it is like your body is slowly stepping back from life. What might shock you is this. Part of the reason could come from the very vegetables you eat every single day. These vegetables, which seem healthy and good for you, might actually be causing silent inflammation, damaging the small blood vessels in your legs, and speeding up the aging process of your brain. Even worse, they could be quietly weakening your ability to move, raising your risk of falling without you even realizing it. In this video, I am going to show you 5 types of vegetables that may seem harmless, but you should avoid them as much as possible. Make sure to watch until the end, because I will reveal one type of vegetable that many people believe is a superfood, but it is actually secretly destroying your legs day by day. Do you still remember the taste of warm, creamy mashed potatoes shared with your family on chilly evenings? Every spoonful felt like a comforting hug from the past, wrapping you in the warmth of memories and a sense of irreplaceable familiarity. But it breaks my heart to say this. That very dish, so closely tied to comfort, might actually be quietly stealing your strength, stability, and independence. Once you are over 60 years old, your body no longer processes white potatoes the way it did when you were younger. This food causes your blood sugar to spike rapidly, then crash just as fast. That roller coaster damages your blood vessels, especially in your legs and feet, the areas that need the most nourishment to keep you steady when you stand and walk. You might start to notice your feet feeling colder. Maybe there is a slight tingling in your toes, or your calves tighten up after standing for too long. These signs are not random. They are the result of poor circulation caused by eating foods that seem harmless. White potatoes contribute to hardening of the arteries over time, and when blood does not flow well, your muscles get weaker, your reflexes slow down, and your risk of falling goes up. It is painful to realize that a food that brings us closer to loved ones might also be quietly harming your heart, your blood vessels, and your balance with every bite. And what makes it worse is the way we usually prepare potatoes, by adding butter, heavy cream, or salt. You are not just pleasing your taste buds. You're piling extra pressure on your heart and your blood pressure. Now, I am not saying you must give up the warmth and comfort of traditional meals entirely, but I do suggest choosing foods that respect your body at this stage of life. Sweet potatoes, for example, are naturally sweet, high in fiber, and full of antioxidants. A small change like that can make a big difference in helping you stay mobile, think clearly, and live without depending on anyone else. And if you think white potatoes are the most harmful vegetable, just wait for what is coming next. Because there is one even more common and seemingly healthy vegetable that is quietly doing even more damage to your body in a much sneakier way. You have probably heard that celery is a natural superfood, right? Many people drink celery juice every morning, believing it helps detox the body, reduce inflammation, and maintain a slim figure. But once you are over 60, it is time to pause and truly listen to your body. What you think is good for you might not actually be the right fit at this stage of life. The issue is that celery contains a surprisingly high amount of natural sodium. Just a few small stalks can contain up to 100 milligrams of sodium. For older adults who need to manage their blood pressure, that natural salt content can cause blood pressure to spike without warning. You may not feel it right away, but your heart certainly does. Have you ever felt bloated or gassy after eating or drinking celery juice? That is not a coincidence. Celery is high in insoluble fiber and slow-fermenting sugars that can irritate your digestive system. And with a digestive tract that becomes more sensitive after age 60. This can lead to bloating, burping, and even mild intestinal cramps that leave you feeling uncomfortable for the rest of the day. But it does not stop there. Celery juice can also interact with common medications that older adults often take, such as diuretics, blood pressure medication, or blood thinners. In many cases, celery can reduce the effectiveness of these drugs or increase the risk of sudden drops in blood pressure or electrolyte imbalances. There is something else most people do not know. Celery contains a compound called psoralen. For those with sensitive skin, especially older adults, this can make your skin more sensitive to sunlight, increasing the chance of redness, rashes, or even blistering if you are exposed to the sun after consuming too much. I am not saying celery is bad, but what works for younger, healthier people is one thing. For you, someone entering a slower, deeper phase of life where listening to your body is more important than ever. This is the time to ask yourself, is this really right for me? You do not need to give up everything, but you do need to make smarter choices. Celery is not your enemy, but it is not everyone's best friend either, especially when you are trying to protect your blood pressure, your digestion, and your daily stability. And if celery surprised you, just wait for what is coming next, because there are still many more vegetables that seem harmless, but are quietly damaging your heart, your legs, and your mind every single day without you even noticing. Corn is a food deeply tied to American summertime. You see it at outdoor picnics, family barbecues, and in those childhood memories of buttery popcorn at the movie theater. The smell of grilled corn on a charcoal fire, the satisfying crunch with every bite, it all brings a feeling of joy, comfort, and nostalgia. But once you are in your 60s and beyond, your body no longer processes corn the way it used to. What most people do not realize is that corn is actually a refined carbohydrate with a very high glycemic index. That means after eating it, your blood sugar can spike just as fast as if you had eaten a piece of cake. For anyone managing diabetes, prediabetes, or high blood pressure, this is far from ideal. You might not feel it right away, but a few hours after eating corn, you may notice fatigue, sluggishness, or difficulty focusing. That is your blood sugar crashing after that earlier spike. These daily blood sugar swings put strain on your heart and damage the small blood vessels in your brain, legs, and eyes, areas that are already more fragile as you age. Corn is also very low in fiber and antioxidants compared to other vegetables. Even though it looks golden and appealing, it does not offer much in terms of cellular protection. It fills you up, but it does not deeply nourish you. And when your body truly needs real nutrition to protect memory, keep your legs steady, and your heart strong, corn should not be at the top of your list. On top of that, modern corn, especially in the United States, is often genetically modified and sprayed with more chemicals than most other crops. Many people eat corn regularly without realizing they are taking in pesticide residue, or triggering low-grade inflammation in the body. Day after day, I understand, you do not want to give up a food that reminds you of the good things in life. Neither do I, but maybe it is time we found a different version of that memory. There are plenty of better options like pumpkin, green beans, or other nutrient-rich root vegetables that still bring warmth and familiarity. Taking care of your health after 60 does not mean giving up what you love. It means finding ways to keep enjoying life, just with more awareness and respect for your body. Because sometimes, it is the most familiar foods that quietly wear you down without you even realizing it. And if corn caught you by surprise, keep watching, because the list of seemingly harmless foods that slowly drain the vitality of older adults is not over yet. At first glance, eggplant seems completely harmless. Its beautiful purple color, soft texture, and easy preparation make it a popular choice for healthy plant-based meals. But if you are in your 60s or older, there is something important you need to know, something very few people are talking about. Hidden beneath the glossy skin of eggplant is a natural compound called solanine. This is a built-in defense mechanism found in nightshade vegetables like eggplant, bell peppers, and potatoes. The problem is, solanine can trigger inflammation in many people, especially older adults with more sensitive bodies who are already dealing with arthritis, muscle pain, nerve discomfort, or numbness in their legs and feet. Have you ever felt a dull ache in your joints after dinner? Or noticed that your steps feel unsteady in the morning? You might think it is just age, the weather, or a bad night's sleep. But the truth could lie in the foods you thought were safe, like eggplant. The solanine in eggplant can silently weaken your leg muscles, slow down blood circulation, and disrupt the communication between your brain and your feet. You will not notice it right away, but over time, your movement signals slow down, your steps become less stable, your reflexes slower, and your balance weaker. This does more than increase your risk of falling. It also chips away at your confidence, your independence, and your quality of life. When you can no longer trust your own legs, you start turning down walks outside, seeing friends less often, and isolating yourself without even realizing it. You might think that cooking eggplant would reduce the effects of solanine. Unfortunately, whether you grill it, fry it, or stew it thoroughly, this compound still remains in the dish. And if you eat eggplant regularly, the buildup can become a serious issue for your joints and motor nervous system. I am not saying eggplant is bad for everyone, but as your body changes with age, you need to listen more closely to what it is trying to tell you. If you have arthritis, muscle pain, or feel like your legs are no longer as nimble as they once were, cutting out eggplant for a while might be an experiment worth trying. Remember, your health is not just about what you eat, it is about understanding what truly works for you at this stage of life. And sometimes, a small change like removing eggplant from your plate can bring you steadier steps every single day. Green bell peppers look incredibly appealing on the outside. Their bright green color, light crunch, and versatility, great raw or grilled, make them a popular, clean vegetable in many healthy meals. But there is something few people tell you, and it is something you need to know, especially once you are over the age of 60. Green bell peppers belong to the nightshade family. Just like potatoes and eggplants, that means they contain natural compounds that can trigger unwanted reactions in older adults. Particularly lectins. Lectins are proteins that can stick to the lining of the gut, interfere with nutrient absorption, and irritate your body at a cellular level. With a digestive system that has become more sensitive after years of constant work, lectins can be a hidden source of inflammation, damaging small blood vessels, stiffening your joints, and reducing the flexibility of your nerves. You might not notice it right away, but pay attention if, after a few days of eating green bell peppers, you start to feel a slight numbness in your feet, stiffness in your ankles, or a subtle loss of balance. That could be your body's first signal of low-grade inflammation. This kind of inflammation is not loud, but it quietly chips away at your ability to move freely, react quickly, and feel safe with every step. And for older adults, even a small slip can lead to serious injuries and a much longer recovery time. There is another fact that many people overlook. Green bell peppers contain significantly fewer antioxidants than their ripe counterparts, red, yellow, or orange peppers. Simply put, you are taking in a food that may promote inflammation without getting enough benefits in return to balance it out. Some believe cooking helps reduce the risk. And it is true, cooking can lower lectin levels to some extent. But not completely. And with a body that becomes more delicate over time, even a small amount of lectin left behind might still cause problems. If you are dealing with knee pain, ankle stiffness, or even mild instability while walking, then instead of adding green bell peppers to your salad, consider switching to red or orange ones. They are still crunchy and colorful, but much kinder to your heart, joints, and nervous system. This is not extreme advice. It is a gentle reminder that your body today is not the same as it was 20 years ago. It deserves to be cared for more carefully, more thoughtfully, and more wisely. And sometimes, that care starts with a simple change on your plate. When you have lived through most of your life, you understand better than anyone else that good health is not just luck. It is the result of quiet habits, of consistent choices made behind the scenes, choices that others may never notice. Like picking the right kind of vegetables, cutting back on a familiar food that no longer serves you, or swapping something tasty for something smarter for your heart, your joints, and your mind. Change does not have to be extreme. You do not need to follow a strict regimen or give up every joy in life. You just need to begin with what you can control right now. A thoughtful meal, a glass of water at the right moment, a simple, "I will choose differently." No doctor can live your life for you, and no medicine works better than genuinely paying attention to your own body. Because when you care for yourself, your body responds with small but powerful gifts. You walk with more stability, you sleep more deeply, you think more clearly, and you feel alive, not just existing. The beautiful part is, you do not have to change your entire life. You only need to change one choice at a time. Those small choices begin to link together. They become the source of strength that keeps you standing firm through the uncertainties of aging. And that, truly, is the greatest gift, because you are still here. You still have the chance to choose. You still have time to live in a way that makes you feel proud and at peace. Keep going. You do not need to rush. You just need to move in the right direction. Your body is listening, and everything you do today can become a promise of a better tomorrow. Every lesson and every piece of information here is meant to help you live in alignment with who you truly are, and to enjoy the years ahead in the most fulfilling way possible. Now, I would love to hear your story. Take a moment and think. What part of this video spoke to you the most? What is one thing you feel inspired to try for yourself starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, type yes to let me know we are on this journey together. If it did not quite resonate with you, feel free to type no. Because for me, every kind of feedback is valuable and appreciated. And if you want to keep receiving content like this, please like the video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together. Thank you for spending your time here. May you live each day with a light heart, steady steps, and the peace that comes from making loving choices for yourself.